I guess this is kind of becoming a series here on the channel now, where we take a team from a different season of Beyblade and put them into the World Championships in Metal Masters. We've done it with the Dark Nebula and with Team Dungeon just recently, so go watch those videos. But today we have a brand new entry to the series, the Baylin Fist. These guys made their introduction in Metal Fury as a powerful group who opposed the Baylin Temple. The background story of the whole Baylin Fist and Baylin Temple conflict is honestly really cool. It dates back about 2,000 years with the Baylin Fist forming, branching out from the Baylin Temple after a war. Present day, their numbers don't run as deep as the Baylin Temple, but they still have some talent within their ranks. So, if we were to give the Baylin Fist a spot in the World Championships, how would they do? How far would they go? Well, like the previous two videos in this series, first we're going to build the team, then we're going to sub them into the actual tournament to see how far they get, and then at the end, we'll compare them to any teams they may not have gotten to face. One more thing before we get started, I'm going to be subbing them in for Gang Gang Galaxy. I know they're from China, and they probably should sub out Wang Huzhong, but every team we've done so far has taken Gang Gang Galaxy's path. They all started with Wang Huzhong and worked their way up from there. And for the sake of consistency, we're going to make the Baylin Fist matchup against Wang Huzhong first as well. This also is going to make it easier to compare teams we've been analyzing because they all followed the same path. So now let's build Team Baylin Fist. Obviously, we have Aguma as the leader. I mean, this is a clear choice. No one else came close. He did go on a bit of a losing streak in Metal Fury, but against Season 2 competition, he's gonna have a field day. Our next member is Bao, a solid second option. But in this particular scenario, Bao is gonna be much more important than just a second option. Funny enough, against every team the Baylin Fist could face, Bao's battle is always gonna determine whether they win or lose. I'll explain what I mean by that later, but just know Bao's battles are going to be the most important. So, Aguma and Bao are the first two members of the squad, but this is unfortunately where the quality of bladers in the Baylin Fist drops off. The only other members we know of are background characters with generic Beyblades, meaning that they wouldn't really be an asset to the squad. Instead, they're kind of just squad filler, so the Baylin Fist has enough members to compete. So, we're going to add a third member and a sub, but they won't really matter that much because, spoiler alert, they'd lose every battle they participate in. They're just not World Championship level bladers, but there's no other choice. It's all the Baylin Fist has. Anyways, Team Baylin Fist is now complete. We have Aguma, Bao, and the two Baylin Fist background characters. But before we put them up against Wang Huzhong, I'm going to explain how every single matchup would go and why Bao's battle is always the most important one. So Bao's going to battle first, and if he wins, Team Baylin Fist wins the matchup. But if he loses, Team Baylin Fist also is going to lose the matchup. This is because we know Aguma is going to win most of his matches, and we know the third member is going to lose all of his matches. That's a guaranteed 1-1 scoreline, and that's where Bao comes in. He's the only one whose matchups are going to be uncertain, therefore making him the deciding factor, even if he battles first. Also, one more thing, I think I'm going to have Team Baylin Fist use the Wild Fang strategy, which is sending out your two best bladers first to go for the sweep. This is a great strategy if you have two strong bladers and then two weak bladers. And in the Baylin Fist's case, they'd probably realize that their third member would lose every match, so the logical battle order would be Bao first and Aguma second, gunning for the sweep every time. So now that that's out of the way, let's jump into the first round. Team Wang Huzhong versus Team Baylin Fist. And let me just say, this matchup would be crazy. I mean, these two teams are both based in China, and they hate each other. I mean, in terms of rivalries, you've got El Clasico, the Milan Derby, the Northwest Derby, and then you have the Baylin Derby. The battle for China. I mean, this matchup would be heated. Anyways, the first match would be Chaoshen versus Bao, and I really had to think about this one. To be honest, I didn't really know just how strong Bao was. He had pretty much no solo battles, he didn't really do much, and when he did do something, it was very back and forth. Sometimes he looks really good, and other times he gets off-screen by Masamune or stuck in a rock. These inconsistencies made him pretty hard to rank, so I turned to you guys. I posted a poll asking how strong you all thought Bao was, and I gotta say, I agree with the rankings. So in this first matchup, I think Bao gets the win against Chaoshen. It'd be a close one, but still 1-0 for Team Baylin Fist. And because I have them using the Wild Fang strategy, Team Baylin Fist sends out Aguma, looking to secure the 2-0 sweep. And this is where I think Wang Huzhong would change their battle order, because Deshayan would want to battle Aguma. Leader versus leader, Baylin Temple versus Baylin Fist, it has to happen. Deshayan versus Aguma would be a great battle. It'd be cool to see them use their similar techniques, because the schools used to be united, and I also think it'd be a bit of a chess match in terms of strategy. But overall, Aguma wins this one against Deshayan. and Team Balin Fist get the 2-0 sweep over their bitter rivals. On to the second round for Team Balin Fist, and their matchup is going to be against Team Lavushka. This is going to be another 2-0 sweep. I mean, Lavushka just can't compete with Aguma, let alone Bao. So they move on to the third round without too much trouble. Both matchups have been sweeps, but in the semifinals of the A block, Team Balin Fist is matched up against Team Wild Fang. They both use the same strategy of putting the two best bladers first, so we're guaranteed to see some bangers. First up, we have Nile versus Bao. I just don't see how Bao could counter the Mystic Zone, and for that reason, I'm giving the win to Nile. The second match would then be Kyoya versus Aguma, and we've seen this one play out a couple times already. However, this time is different. This is Kyoya for Metal Masters, and Aguma for Metal Fury. So Kyoya would put up a great fight. I even think he could overpower the Exploding Fist with his own tornadoes, but he just has no answer for Aguma's special move, and for that reason, I have Aguma tying up the series 1-1. And to the detriment of Balin Fist, it goes to a third and final match. I say detriment because this means that their third member is gonna have to battle, and it's gonna be the final match. Even if his opponent is just Benkei, it doesn't matter. Benkei wins. Benkei's beat hundreds of these generic type bladers, so he'd have no problem here. And with that, Team Balin Fist gets sent home by Benkei. Crazy scenes. So, Team Balin Fist made it to the third round. They actually did pretty well considering they only have 2 World Championship level bladers on the team. So, now that they've been eliminated, let's see how they stand among other teams. We already know Wild Fang is above them, but so is Starbreaker and Excalibur. I will say though, no one beats Aguma. All of the Balin Fist losses would be 2-1, with Aguma grabbing a win, but Bao and the third blader losing. So Aguma himself is the strongest blader in the tournament. He's just being held back by his team. Moving on, I'd argue Team Japan would also win. I have Masamune beating Bao in a pretty close match, and then whoever battles second loses to Aguma, but whoever battles third beats the generic blader. So you could have Jinga battle second and have Tsubasa battle third, or the other way around, but the result stays the same, and that is a 2-1 win for Japan. So Wild Fang, Excalibur, Starbreaker, and Gang Gang Galaxy are above Team Balin Fist, but that's it. Balin Fist fall into 5th place, above teams like Wang Huzhong, the Garcias, and Team Lavushka. So overall, they're actually pretty solid, but get Aguma some help. He's carrying the whole team. But anyways, that's going to be the video. Comment down below what you want to see next, any what ifs, or any other ideas. Just let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.